getting happy. So once these start to cook down, I'm gonna add our flatbreads to it. Now we're cooking. Let's see, so the chicken is done. I've got salt, pepper, garlic. I'm gonna add about half of my Italian seasoning and just sprinkle that on in there. I'm gonna save the other half. I'm just gonna kind of toss that in, because I'm not all about touching raw chicken right now, because I don't want to wash my hands again. So we're just gonna let that sit and kind of marinate. The chicken we will add into the onions once it starts to cook down a little. You guys want to hear a funny story? So my friend Josh, who is recording this video, is my contractor and does landscaping and everything else. And he came to my rescue today to video this so I could actually get it uploaded in time for class tonight. So he is a jack of all trades. So, and I'm very thankful for that. He didn't know what he was signing up for. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of translucent color here. They're not milky and cloudy looking, so we're starting to get that lighter color here. So they will start to brown pretty quickly now. All right, trying to think of what else I need to do. This is one of those super easy meals, and I'm used to doing lots of prep, and I don't have to. So, which means it's gonna be super easy for you guys. You should zoom in on all of them casually watching TV. Little did they know what they were having to work for today. Well, it definitely smells good in here. I know you guys can't like smell it, but we need to invent smell-o-vision, because something about garlic and onion makes everything better. Totally used to cooking on like commercial heat, whether it be gas or electric, and conventional is not so fast or as hot. It's a nice color starting to come though. Crank that up a little more, and I'm also going to turn the heat up on my garlic because we're going to have those flatbreads in there. And I told you guys, you don't have to have flatbreads. This is what a flatbread looks like. You can get naan bread. You can get, you can use a French loaf and slice it in half. You can get refrigerated pizza dough. You can get pre-made pizza dough. You can use a bagel. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just whatever you guys have on hand. I've got some flatbreads that I'm gonna use. So we're gonna make flatbreads with it. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get the caramelizing process done a little faster. So I'm gonna add a little sugar into these onions here. About a teaspoon, not quite. This is gonna bring out that nice, rich brown color. And it's gonna sweeten that onion a little bit more, hence the caramelized onion flavor. All right, it's starting to get a little sticky, so I'm going to add just a splash of water to it, because I don't want syrup. Cooking down. This is gonna be like the longest part of this. I'm grabbing my towel because you guys know how I am. Can't stand a messy workstation. Freak out just a little bit. don't want these to get too rich in color because I'm gonna add my chicken to it, so I'm getting the flavor from both. And those onions are gonna continue to cook and caramelize in their own juice and that sugar. So I'm just gonna add this chicken right on in. Get rid of the salmonella bowl. All right, we're just gonna start flipping around. Josh can smell it, I can smell it. You can really tell when the Italian herbs hit the pot of the pan. They're starting to get very fragrant. I'm gonna add a little water because it started to stick to the bottom, so I'm gonna deglaze my pan. And I'm gonna let this cook down and get happy. Put a little more water on standby to deglaze that pan throughout. All right, so I'm going to add just a little bit of butter to that, just right before it's done. About a tablespoon. There are marks on your butter packs, but you can kind of guess. So I'm gonna have this ready on the side here, so I'm gonna throw that in there. And I'm gonna grab a bowl. To put the chicken and the onions in once it's done. All right, guys, what is the internal temperature for chicken? What does it need to be? Not like you can answer me, but I'll give you time to yell it out because I will be playing this while I'm asking you these questions during class tonight. At home, we can start at about 145, but in the commercial kitchen, we want to be at least 165 to 170. This is going to be added to the oven, so it's going to continue to cook. So we're going to go ahead and temp that. I calibrated this thermometer earlier today, so when I was making breakfast, so we're good. Gonna go right to the middle. We're hitting about 145 right now, so it is technically done. So we can pull it. And just go right in here. All right. I'm gonna throw that butter in there and let it just kind of melt. I'm going to rinse this pan just a little because of the sugar. And wipe it out. Or not. Use a whole roll of paper towels. That wasn't very eco-friendly. And I'm going to bring up about 2 tablespoons of butter in this pan, and we are going to turn this down to about medium-low, and we're going to let that start to melt. I'm going to find a whisk, and we're going to make a roux. So this is going to be the beginning of your mother sauce for this. I'm going to make a basic roux with just butter and a little bit of flour. And then we will add cream cheese to it because I do not have any heavy cream or half and half, and neither do the grocery stores right now. So that is why I said it's kind of like a fake mother sauce because we're using what we got. I'm actually going to use water and cream cheese to make the base of this sauce because those were ingredients I could find. So we're going to let our butter start to melt. I'm breaking loose some of the little pieces in the pan because that's just extra flavor. And I'm going to add in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of flour until the butter is pretty much all soaked up and it's going to get kind of clumpy looking. Just add slowly. You want it to kind of thicken. It'll almost look like gravy, which is essentially what a roux is. All right. So we're gonna cook that flour because the worst thing in the world is the taste of raw flour that has not been cooked. I'm gonna let that bubble and do its thing for a few minutes, probably about 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'm going to fold in some cream cheese and some water. I'm gonna turn my heat down really low, especially when you're dealing with any cream-based product. It will curdle if it is too hot. Cream cheese is such a solid, it won't curdle nearly as fast as, like, see, that's way too hot. It won't curdle like cream. Cream and milk or anything like that that you would pour into a pan. If it is way too hot, it'll make pretty little bubbles and does not look yummy or appetizing. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to this. And we're gonna let the melting process begin. Josh is like, I'm coming at you with a hot pan. What are you doing, crazy lady? So we're just gonna kind of let this melt and thicken. And keep an eye on it. If it gets too thick, I'll add more water. You can add milk if you have it. Just let it sit for a few minutes and bring it up to temperature, like room temperature, because you don't want to put ice cold milk into something hot. I'm also going to stir in about a quarter cup of mozzarella cheese and just kind of flip that in. We're getting a nice thick sauce here. Getting some color to it. We're going to cut the heat off completely. And then I'm going to add in some more water to get that to an actual consistency of sauce versus sticky gravy. Tastes much better with cream, but you do what you do. Just gonna let this kind of fold itself in. And then I'll start to whisk it in a little more once it's all mixed in thoroughly. I'm gonna add some of the Italian seasoning to it. Give it a little extra flavor. And though I cut the heat off, there's still heat raising from this eye. So it's gonna continue to cook. And this has got a really nice stringy, because of all the cheese to it. So I'm gonna actually add just a little more water and let it sit for a few minutes. And we're gonna get that garlic out of the oven. If I can open the oven door. All right. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this pan. It's nice and hot. And I'm gonna set our flatbreads on it so we can get them to have a little color. I'm gonna take our foil packet off. Lay these guys on here, and we're gonna pop them back in the oven. All right, our butter has melted for the most part. Just gonna give this a nice little stir. Lock in some of those yummy juices. All right, I am going to grab another cutting board and come over here where our garlic is. Got some nice brown color to it, and I'm just gonna take this spoon and I'm just gonna kind of smash it just a little bit, not quite to make a paste, but just to break it up really nice. So it's all squished up, it's all stuck to my spoon, and this is gonna go right into that sauce. Be careful when you pick up that foil packet. It's hot. My hands, as we have established with dishes and everything else, can handle much hotter temperatures than yours all can, so please don't burn yourself. All right, just gonna start folding that in. Get that nice roasted garlic into this cream sauce. I want this thicker than what we would use for a pasta, which is part of the reason I added the cheese to it already, because I'm going to use this as the base of our pizzas. I don't want runny sauce all over the place. And you pick it up and you're like, oh my God, what's going on here? So this is about the texture I want. It's just enough that it'll slide off the spoon, but it's nice and stringy and actually has some base to it. So our flatbreads, we're gonna pop them out in just a second. I'm gonna go behind the camera for just a minute. All right. And let's see, because I had that set pretty high. I've moved that up to 420. Yeah, we're starting to get some nice color. You can feel a little bounce and crustiness on this. So we're gonna pour a little sauce on these flatbreads. Just kind of smear it all on there. One of my first jobs was working at a Papa John's, and one of their rules was no sauce on the edges. Like, you didn't want to see red sauce on the edges. Well, I hate that rule because I want sauce with every bite, so I go all the way to my edges. I love pizza crust, but I like sauce better. So now I'm just going to top it with the chicken and the caramelized onions, which smell divine. Try to split it out. This onion's got some beautiful color to them. You know, the worst part about this, guys, is I don't have y'all to do my dishes like we do in class. So I get stuck with all the cleanup work too. We're gonna finish these off with the rest of the mozzarella cheese. You can use any cheese you have. It really doesn't matter. Yet again, I know that that is a limit in the grocery store right now too. I'm just gonna sprinkle that on there. I also have a little bit of Colby Jack cheese. And I like cheese. Cheese is my friend. Just load those up. Add a little more seasoning across these. And I like some heat, so I'm gonna add some crushed red pepper flakes. That is optional as well. And I will have this recipe posted with all your ingredients. I know that I have already taken some ingredients to kids already to make this meal. So if you need something, please let me know and I will get it to you sometime this week or weekend so you all can make yours as well. I'm gonna throw those back in the oven for about, I don't know, good 5 minutes tops. I'm gonna wipe off my counter space here. And we will have pizza. All right. That was the worst of it, Josh. Now you just gotta wait till it's done. Clean up my mess a little bit. Throw olive oil around the kitchen. All right. So we just really want the cheese to get nice and melty, which won't take long because this oven is super hot right now. I'll turn on the oven light so you can see. Don't look at the bottom of my oven. I need to clean it, guys. Don't judge. Starting to get melty, looking really yummy. That sauce is holding up really nice. It's not running as it continues to increase in temperature, because usually the hotter a sauce, the thinner it's gonna be. So that is just about the perfect consistency there. Another minute or two and we'll slice those guys on up. Wash that and recalibrate. All right, the fun part, waiting. So So we're gonna get into more of the mother sauces. I have another video that's posted, and we did a tomato-based sauce, and I made that from tomato paste, and we will go into that as well. We're just gonna be working on mother sauces the next few weeks, and I wanna see what you guys are doing at home, so don't forget. That is about just as melty as I want it to be. What do you think? Looking pretty yummy. I'll let that sit for a sec, just because it's really hot and I don't want to touch it. And I'm just gonna cut these guys right in half. Remember my famous rule in the kitchen, it's only hot if you touch it? All right, so there is your chicken Alfredo pizzas. Ta-da! I'm not taking a bite because it will be like a good 20 minutes before I can eat that. So I'll post some more pictures up for you guys to see. Other than that, get ready for the questions in class.